Shalom, give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bishop Shai, Bishop Radash, and double honors to the apostles, Jim Eshram, to the faithful man that's doing his work. Lord willing, make this video about a quote or a song or a lyric, whatever, verse, you know what I mean? I mentioned it earlier in one of my other videos, but it was like I was going through many different verses, but I'm just going to focus on one verse. A song called Legendary by, I think they call him Winsley Arms or some shit, whatever their name is. And then I love that one part, and it was said because it's pretty much going into in a song, pretty much going into how you can tell in a song it's just pretty much about to be a build up to where what we about to go through. You know what I mean? Because he just pretty much saying in the song how the world is pretty much in so many words is wicked. They hiding the truth, and we got the truth, and we pretty much what we doing is scary, but it's about to be legendary and all that. I mean, that's true. Scripture says that what we going through right now is light compared to what we about to get rewarded with. You know what I mean? And the Lord's going to truly reward us. All right, and the whole world is going to change. And we going to be in it. The scripture says that the devil coming with great wrath, and he's going to come against the men of the Lord like madman sparing none. He knows this. He knows we got the truth. And you know what I mean? So he's going to try to end it. Just like when Yahweh Shai was born, he knew of the prophecy. And they tried to kill Yahweh Shai. And which baby it was. So they just went in people's homes and killed the babies and stuff like that. So yeah, man, it's going to be something like that similar again. They're going to know the prophets. You know what I mean? So they're going to go out there and start killing. They're going to go all to these different camps. I don't give a fuck it's whether IUIC or GMS. They all gonna go through all these camps and they're gonna be killing, man. But once we make it to the end, it's gonna be legendary. It's gonna be something that it's gonna be spoke about for eternity. Just like when Yahushua, when he was passing across, he said it is finished. And we talk about that still to this day. Of all these different men of the Lord, and even a few women that had faith, and stuck it out to the end. But there's a part we were saying, like, look, if you can't stand the heat, stay out the light. And that's perfect. Because if you can't stand the heat, because we're going through shit now, which really ain't shit. I mean, Jake might struggle with money or whatever the fuck. Who gives a damn? But we ain't really going through nothing, really. We just bitching over nothing. To be honest. To be 100% honest, we ain't going through shit, man. There was men in the ancient world that literally got put to death for speaking this truth. That got beaten. Okay? That got fucking crucified, man. Ain't none of us went through that shit, man. There's few brothers that got put to death for this truth. But none of us has been put on a cross. Alright? Yet. Scripture says you ain't resistant to blood yet. It's fucking through. It's a damn thank God y'all can't see what I see. Two Edomites, just weird, man. But anyways. But yeah, man, when we go through what we go through, man, when the shit hits the fan, it's gonna be some real shit, man. And if you can't stand the heat, then stay out the light. Alright? Cause the two, we eat a lot of the world, man. So we're gonna be put on, everybody's gonna see us, man. You know what I mean? You people from your job eventually gonna see you. You probably gonna be on the news. And everybody gonna know, like, oh, this guy out in the street. And they're gonna be lying on your name. They're gonna be saying you terrorist. They're gonna say you rapist. You're gonna say all these different things. But it's gonna, some of that can be embarrassing. people falsely accusing you and shit like that. But you gotta endure it. This is John 12. Let me see. Come on now, man. So I can. Matthew 5:15, it says, 14, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Every time I think about that scripture, I always look at it. I remember going to Tennessee when I was young. I remember on the very top of the hill, we was going to some cabins. In the very top of the little hill, mountain, whatever the fuck it was a house. You know, it was light. You know what I mean? And you could see it. Like you could see the little light on the top of the hill, so it can't be hid. It's for everybody to see. All right. It says, um, um, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. All right. So, we're the light of the world. So, right now, a lot of people know of us. A lot of people already know about the Israelite situation. They already know. Your family might know what you do. You know what I mean? Whatever. But it's gonna come to a point where everybody's gonna know. Everybody in your city, like I said, they're gonna start lying on our names, calling us terrorists, saying this, saying that, lying on our name, and we're gonna be public. It's gonna be very public. And some people gonna look at it and give us a good name and blah, this is a good brother, so on and so forth. And some people are gonna hate us. A lot of people's gonna hate us, So we can't, make haste in the time of trouble when that day comes. You're gonna have to endure it, whatever persecution that comes along with it. All right. It says, neither it's like at least let your heart let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. All right. So yeah, But people ain't gonna be able to handle that. People, are gonna be like, people too family friendly, and people gonna be seeing you on TV saying f the wicked women and f the children, the wicked children, all these different things, and they're gonna look at you crazy, and that's gonna be a true test. Imagine the people that you see, that every day, your friends, your family, people at your job, people at your gym or whatever that you cool with. You never told them anything, and then one day they're gonna see like, oh man, you was out there saying this, saying that, man, damn, you saying rape is in the Bible. They're gonna look at you crazy. But you gotta be able to endure that, because Yahushua went through the same shit. It was false accusers brought upon him. People were saying, that he was this, that, and the third, but yet he was an innocent man. All right, but we gotta endure it, and then on top of that, you're gonna have to be patient, because it's gonna be I believe it's gonna be some people that's gonna defend us. You know what I mean? Just like they did for the apostles in the 9/11, they tried to say the apostles did it, and then a so-called Jew woman defended them in court. So you may have situations like that, but then I believe at a certain point, it's gonna be like there's gonna be no one to defend us. You ain't gonna be nobody in the court. The court gonna want you dead, man. Esau gonna want you dead. All right, he already got the false flags and shit like that, and he gonna be, I remember I had dreams like that before. You know what I mean? They had, false flags attacks, having us attacking people and shit, but it was all fake, and you can tell. And I remember just watching on the news in my dream, and I was like, man, this shit look fake as fuck. But they had us, holograms or some shit, whatever, fuck, AI or whatever. Now it makes sense thinking about it now, because now they got the technology to do it. They can make your face and make your voice, you know, and it's not even you. But they have videos of, brothers. I believe they were shooting niggas in the world, whatever. And I remember like, I was just looking at the TV. I'm like, this shit look fake as fuck, man. But they didn't give a fuck, man. They still try to come against us and kill us in a dream. You know what I mean? So I had to be on the run. You know what I'm saying? Esau gonna falsely accuse us, right? Now, let me see. Let me see. It should be. Man, what the hell? Psalms 35 and 11. It says, false witnesses that rise up, they laid to my charge things that I knew not. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we don't be doing this shit, man. You know? And they're gonna say some nasty shit, man. You know, people want you dead, like a child abuser and offender, whatever that shit called. You know, like somebody that have sex with little children and shit, bro. Man, imagine if they said that to you and you never did that shit and they send you to prison. Bro, they can kill your ass in prison, man. But, we might have to go through that shit. It might be like, hey, this guy, he raped a 5-year-old, in the script. He says it's okay in the scriptures, which is a complete bullshit, you know. And that's what they always do. Because we say that in the scriptures that there's a law saying that, pretty much you can marry a woman at the marriable age. Which, really, if you look at history, man, every single nation that I can think of had, wives at a very young age. Every nation, bro. So I don't know. Even Esau, bro. Even Esau had young wives, you know what I mean, in their teens. Because they was old enough. They was grown. That's what people thought, in the ancient world. The ancient world is completely different than what it is today. Now people got the age, you got to be 18. You got to be this. You got to be that. Which is just made up. Like, where you get the age 18 from anyway? What's the logic behind it? There is no logic behind it. Esau just made shit up. But they probably gonna be like, oh, he did this, he did that, he blew up this building, or he went to go shoot up so-called who's, and it's gonna be complete bullshit. But we gotta be patient and let the Lord handle that. You know what I mean? Because that's some fucked up shit, bro. Like, you in a place where everybody's blaming you for shit that you didn't do, and nobody's gonna defend you, and you just sitting there like, what the fuck? Because you already know Esau's unfair. This nigga, he ain't gonna defend you. So you just gonna have to wait for the Lord to make a move. That's what Yahushua did. Alright. It says they rewarded me for evil, for good, to the spoiling of my soul. Alright. This is 1 Peter 2:20. And it says 19, for this is thankworthy if a man for conscience towards God endure grief, suffering wrongfully. For what glory is it if when ye be baffled for your faults ye shall take it patiently? But if when you do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, that is acceptable with God. For even hereunto were ye called, because Mashiach also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps. And we already know what Esau, because that's the Romans were Edomites. They physically killed Yahushua and the so-called blacks, which is the Judites and all that. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, they the one that gave up Yahushua. So that should tell you one thing, man. That your own people will sell you out, and that Esau, Edom, will kill and hang an innocent man, just like he did during the time of slavery and after slavery. He would you know, what they got the chain gang. He would look for any little thing a nigga would do. Nigga jaywalk, put his ass in prison for the rest of his life. You know what I mean? A nigga, you know what I mean? He mind his business. He take care of his family. He look at a white woman by accident or some bullshit, man. He'll have your ass hanging by a damn pole by the night. A complete innocent man. You know, Emmett Till and shit like that, man. This ain't nothing changed, man. Esau hanged an innocent man, Yahweh Shai. In the ancient world, he hung him on a tree, so the cross, because the cross is made out of wood, obviously. People are confused. People think, see, he says hang on a tree. He was not hanged on a tree. He was crucified. Dumbasses, it's fucking made out of wood. So he's hung on a tree. It didn't say what's part. It didn't say by the neck. He just said he hung by a tree. He was hung on a tree, which is a crucifix. He was nailed to the cross. Innocent man. So that Esau didn't change. He would still do the same shit, man. He will hang your ass, man. You think that shit ain't gonna come back? So you gonna lock men, women up, children up, being completely innocent. You gonna do the same shit, man. Cause he's a devil. From the beginning, he's a devil to the end. It says, who did no sin, even though was gall foul in his mouth, who when he was reviled not again. When he suffered, he threatened not, but committed himself to him that judges righteously. So that's what he did. Yahweh Shai didn't freak out and call the angels down, or have his disciples, because he had followers, he had disciples, and he had other followers. He could have. I mean, if he wanted to, he could have made everybody uprise and be like, hey, look, they're trying to take me. Let's come up against the Romans. Or he could have used spiritual power. He could have used many different avenues, man. But he didn't. All right, he committed himself, which commit pretty much means you put yourself in somebody's hands. And you gotta put yourself in the hands of the Lord. And he said that on the cross. Let me see, man. Let me see. I thought it was I know it's somewhere we said to your my spirit. It's something like that. I commit my spirit unto your hands or something. I just can't remember how it's worded. Yeah, Luke 23:46, when Yahweh Shai cried with a loud voice, and he said, Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit. And having said thus, he gave up the spirit. So you gotta give everything into the hands of the Lord, man. So like Scripture says, you can't make this in the time of trouble. No matter how ugly it gets, man, you know what I mean? You can't freak out. You gotta know everything is of the spirit and the will of the Lord. And that he's, you gotta understand that he puts you in a situation. First and foremost, he controls everything, so he puts you in that situation. And also he can get you out of it. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta count the cost, man. You gotta carry your cross, count the cost, you know what I mean? And if you can't handle it, man, then just leave then. I mean, it's better. I mean, fuck leaving the truth, of course. Hopefully, Lord willing, I would never do that. But I mean, for a lot of niggas out there, it ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well leave. I mean, it's still too late. I mean, you still gonna be destroyed. But I mean, fuck it, bro. I mean, if you're a wicked ass demon and if you don't truly believe, you just being a nigga, bro, you just faking it, bro, then it's better just to leave than to fucking fake it. Because when that shit gets real, I don't want somebody around me that don't truly believe. You know what I mean? He gonna probably rat you out. He gonna, you know what I mean? All that, man. So you gotta be sure You know, there's a law saying when you go to war, you can't be afraid. If you're afraid, you gotta stay home. All right, that's a law. The scripture says, "Don't speak to a coward on the matters of war," and this is a spiritual war. You know what I mean? I can't be, I can't have a coward. Like if like it don't make no sense, man. If I know I'm about, like, say if I'm about to go fight some niggas, like we gotta go through this thing to go home. There's no other way, and we gotta fight these niggas. It's like just like three niggas up ahead, and I got somebody with me like, hey, look, I need your help. I'm not about to go to a coward. I know somebody that's not that won't, you know what I mean, that won't get his hands up. I'm not about to go to that. I'm gonna go to somebody I know. Okay, I know this guy. I know he gonna be there for me. I know he gonna throw hands. I'm not gonna go to a coward. For what? Because then you bring this nigga, he gonna run. You know what I mean? He gonna shell up. So what's the point? Same thing for this truth, man. You know what I mean? What's the point? You know? So yeah, man. If you can't stand the heat, then stay out the light then. Cause hey, the spotlight's on us, man. You know what I mean? It's like a Phil Collins song, other side of the story, something like that. Both sides of the story. He was like, you know, people are seeking truth, and it's on us to give them the answer. Pretty much, roughly paraphrasing. You know, especially when the shit hits the fan, people gonna be looking for us. You know, and if you can't handle it, you can't handle the pressure, then you no good. You no good for the Lord. The Lord gonna, if you ain't gonna leave, the Lord gonna make you leave, man. All right. So at the end of the day, if you truly sincere, then pray to the Lord that you don't break and fold. You know what I mean? Pray to the Lord that you bend. Because like a tree, like Bruce Lee say, like a tree that bends, it won't break. When the heavy storms and shit, like a bamboo tree, it bends. You know what I mean? But like a regular tree, whatever, is stiff. So it can break easily when there's hard storms and shit like that. Or like a katana. A katana, versus a long sword. A katana is better. It is. I mean, look it up. You know what I mean? I know people won't argue about that. That's like the best sword in the world. Because a katana can literally fucking bend all the way. It can bend all the way back. You know, that's why that sword is so good. But a long sword, it can bend a little bit, but then eventually that motherfucker gonna break. Alright? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta bend. You gotta roll with the punches. You gotta do all that. You know what I'm saying? Alright, but with that, with his F, I'm gonna go praise and glory to Abba Shemir Shabbat Shu Hagadash. Belongs to the Apostle GMS, from to the best in this work. Now I'm gonna say Shalom.